Hi, everybody, and welcome to your lesson that's all about microscopes. Okay, so there are different kinds of microscopes. You have some that you can plug into a wall, or some that are battery operated, and that is how they produce light for you to be able to see through the eyepiece. Then there are others that use a prism. Now, this prism is in the bottom of the plate, and it will refract light through so that you can see the object clearly through the eyepiece. Here's one that I have in front of me. This one's actually kind of cool because it is battery operated, but it also will use a prism to light it up as well. So if I have the light source this way, it'll refract the light so that you can light up the slide from underneath and you can see it through the eyepiece. Or if I flip this around, then a little light turns on and we can see it that way. Okay, so this one's kind of cool. Now, most microscopes are going to have this revolving space here. Now, there might be different magnifications on every microscope. The ones that you'll typically see are 40 or 10, 100, 400. And what this means is they are going to magnify what you're looking at by 10 or by 40. So it'll be 40 times bigger than it really is. It'll appear to be 40 times bigger than it really is, okay? And you can adjust that by just rotating this piece right here. Now, this is called the arm of the microscope, and a lot of people are inclined to kind of hold onto their microscope like this, and I encourage you to not hold it by the arm, but to always hold it by the base, okay? Now, on the plate here, you'll see that there are two kind of smaller arms. Let me see if I can bring it closer to the camera so you can see. And now those two smaller arms are what's going to hold your slide into place as you look at the specimen, okay? And then here you've got the eyepiece. Now you also have ways to adjust the clarity of what you're looking at. And the way that you would adjust it is by using the coarse adjustment knobs and the fine adjustment knobs, okay? So here's a coarse adjustment knob. You would just move it just like this, and you see how the eyepiece is kind of coming up and down, and that is going to help bring what you're looking at into focus. Now, once you get it kind of good, close enough, you can use the fine adjustment knob and adjust that a little bit and really bring out the detail of what you're looking at. Now, this particular microscope does not have a fine adjustment knob. Instead, we would rotate the eyepiece to kind of get that fine adjustment. So a lot of the little parts of a microscope are going to stay the same from scope to scope, but there might be some subtle differences like that. Now, when you're getting ready to look in a microscope, you've got to first prepare the slide or whatever it is that you want to look at under the microscope. So a slide is a little piece of glass that looks like this, and in the center you would put your specimen. Then typically you put like a liquid on top. Usually it's a drop of water. It could be other things depending on what it is that you're looking at. And then you can put a slip cover or a slide cover right over it, just like this, okay? And then that would kind of hold your specimen in place while you slide this under the microscope and take a good look, okay? So that is how you would work a microscope here. Let me show you what it looks like underneath, what a specimen might look like underneath a microscope. So I've got my document camera set up already with another microscope over here to my side, and here is what I see, okay? Now, again, I've got my slide prepared. This slide is a piece of a leaf, a bean leaf, and I've got it under the microscope. And I've got a flashlight shining because this is a prism microscope and I need additional light to really be able to see it. Now, because I'm using a document camera, the colors are going to be a little bit distorted, and I'm sorry about that. But if you were to look under a real microscope, you would see a little bit more vibrant colors here. But you might notice that it's kind of blurry. So I'm going to use my coarse adjustment knobs to kind of bring it into focus just a little bit. And then I'm going to switch over to my fine adjustment knob and really see if I can't bring out the detail. And notice that if I go too far, it might get a little bit fuzzy again, so then I can bring it right back and get